If you want to see anything in particular, whether it involves a certain game or using a certain gun or certain class on whatever game that you've already seen on my channel, or something that you think I'd actually like, go ahead, leave a comment, and I will shout you out in the video that I end up doing it in if it is something that I am indeed interested and think that you will all enjoy. What is going on, everybody? This is Vapes2 Gaming coming at you with some more Star Wars Battlefront 2, and this video was specifically requested, and shout out to Loopy Laser Lad. He is the one that requested this video. He watched my campaign review and he wanted a multiplayer review. So Loopy Laser Lad, this is for you. To get started, let's talk about the heroes in the game. As you can see, there is actually quite a few options. You get everything from bounty hunters to Sith Lords to Jedi, and you even get several different Star Cruisers to battle with while you're driving a ship. Now, these are actually really cool. I have had fun playing with every single one I have unlocked so far, but that does bring us to the conclusion of what EA did before they turned around and tried to fix it, and that is the unlock price. As you see, to play with Darth Vader, you need 15,000 credits. That is a lot, but it's doable with playtime. You will need to play a lot, but you will end up unlocking him in the meantime. His price dropped significantly, just as all the other ones you have to use credits to unlock. That is because EA had a pay-to-win system in this game. That means you had to put money into the game, get loot boxes, and hope to God you got something good, either credit-wise or whatnot, for the emotes for these heroes in order to use them and make them stronger. I believe Darth Vader's original price was 60,000, and that is outrageous. That's like 30 hours worth of playing just to unlock these guys. But with that being said, now that they have lowered the price and they took out all of the pay-to-win loot crates, there are still loot crates in the game, you just can't use real-life money to buy them. These are a lot more affordable, and you will get them with game time. Now, let's get into some multiplayer action so I can show you around. Before I get into a game, I would like to point out that there are different game modes. There's Galactic Assault, Starfighter Assault, Heroes vs. Villains, Strike, and Blast. Each one is a different type of scenario. Starfighter Assault, you obviously are in space, and you have objective-based space battles. Galactic Assault is what we had in the beta. You have large team-oriented objective maps, and you're more or less doing the same objective on different but beautiful maps. And they all play differently, so depending on what you're doing, one game could go a lot different than a different one. Heroes vs. Villains, I actually have not had a chance to play this because no one plays it. I don't know why. It lets you try out these different heroes. You go to battle, you see who's good, who's bad, who you might play well as, but I haven't been able to find a full lobby since release, so I have not had a chance to play it. Strike is 2 teams of 8 compete in objective scenarios. This is like a smaller team deathmatch, basically. And Blast is fast-paced close quarters combat. This is another one that's basically, oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up. Blast is basically a team deathmatch. Strike is just objective-based games, so it's more or less Galactic Assault, but a lot smaller lobbies. Either way, I'm going to play some Galactic Assault. I'll get into it. Alright, I chose the Assault class so you can kind of get a basic overview of my loadout. This is Galactic Assault, so obviously you have a huge number of teammates against a huge number of rebels in this map, Death Star 2. Now, as you see, we have to defend these tractor beam generators. So it's a pretty basic objective. You basically have to play team deathmatch and kill them and make sure they can't blow these up. Overall, the game modes are fun, the maps are enticing, they're beautiful to look at. You just really have to be a Star Wars fan if you want any type of replayability factor, because a lot of the multiplayer in this game, is repetitive. There we go. Alright, let's back up and heal for a sec. And because of the lack of players that I've noticed, you really can only play this one game mode. You really can't do anything else. Darn. I stopped the objective. But you really can't play anything else because no one is really playing anything else. And because of the whole EA scandal with the pay-to-win system and just the outrageous price points for the different characters and heroes to unlock, a lot of people have actually passed on purchasing this game, just like the original Battlefront that they released a year ago. Now, I can say, the playstyle for this one on multiplayer is definitely a lot more appealing than the first one. The maps are just as beautiful, but I feel like the replayability factor on this for multiplayer is a lot higher than the first one was. So if you did enjoy the first one, you will enjoy this one too. The game is indeed fun. Oh, double kill, come on. Oh yeah, alright, jump in here, I don't want to die. As you see, the more you do, the more battle points you earn, and when you reach a certain amount of battle points, you have the options to play as these heroes. This is how you use them in multiplayer. If I want to play as Darth Maul, I need 8,000 credits. Now, let's get into these characters. I'm going to try to do this quick because I don't want to leave my team hanging. But there's an Assault, Heavy, Officer, and Specialist. These are the 4 main types of soldiers you can use on both sides, whether you're the Allied side or the Axis side. Rebels versus Stormtroopers, and so on. Throughout any generation of Star Wars. Now, we have battle cards. You get these through those crates. So you'll get them through playtime, and then you spend the credits you earn in order to open up these different loot boxes. You have a very large variety, each of them doing different things. Right now, I have the thermal detonator on, which is basically an improved version of the grenade. So it's basically, the blast radius on here is as high as it can possibly be. When I throw this grenade, it'll make the biggest explosion possible. And I also have Survivalist, which means that my health regeneration delay is shorter than normal. I'll get the rest through supply drops just from continuing to play. And each of these cards, they're basically different for each guy. If I go on to Heavy, I'll have different ones because your Heavy abilities are different. As you see, I have an improved combat shield. So when I go on and I equip that, I'll have an improved version of it, which means I'll have additional health and a quicker recharge. So my shield health is at 300 rather than the standard 200. And there are different levels, a white, green, blue, and purple. Purple is the rarest, white is your common. So you do have different power levels to these. So if you unlock the improved combat shield, it might not be the highest quality possible. Alright, let's get in. Let's do some heavy action. I'm going to try and show off all of the different class sets, whether it be heavy or specialist or officer. I'm going to try doing all of that to show you different action. You can change the guns as well, so whatever your primary gun is, you can change that. They are very hard to unlock. Again, you do need supply drops, so that'll come from playing. So basically, if you want new stuff, you just got to keep playing the game even more. Oh, that was a bad idea. Now, this was one of the main reasons that the loot crates were such a problem, because if you kept on investing real money into the game to get these credits, you could continuously open more and more of these drops, and that would give your character better gear compared to everybody else. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the guy I killed had all 3 of his slots filled out, which means he's leveled up that specific player, but he also had purples, which you get from playing. But he also had purples, which you end up getting from, obviously, supply drops. You can get those purples a lot easier when you keep spending money. The chance goes up the more you spend. Now, when you did pre-order the deluxe edition for this game, you did get a set amount of crates to open up. That is the reason I have these purples. I have not once yet opened a purple or even a green when I went off and just did it through the credits I've earned in the game. Now, that is a turnoff of multiplayer, but overall, it's not one that keeps me... Oh, shoot, where are we going? But it's not one that keeps me from actually playing the game. Now, let's talk about some replayability factors. We discussed this slightly earlier, but I want to dive more into it now. So, replayability. It's definitely better than the first one. With the first one, I felt like after 4 hours, I've done everything in the game, and that I just really didn't have any reason to keep playing it. This game is different, but kind of slightly. I've played for a lot longer than 4 hours so far, and I feel like I'm still going to keep playing. The maps are all a good size. The maps, they all look very nice. The hero abilities in combat are actually really cool. Let me try Officer for you all while you're watching. So it really makes you want to play the objective and continuously kill kill enemies. Don't kill your teammates, that's not good. But it makes you continuously want to kill enemies and play the objective in order to continuously get more points in order to use those heroes in multiplayer. And those heroes are actually very strong, but you do have to have some type of strategy when you do end up using them. Oh, that's Chewbacca. Oh, shoot. Now, as you see, I have 2,228 battle points. I am not playing well right now, but that makes sense. I haven't played this game in a little bit. I've been trying to grind on Call of Duty, so that makes sense. So I'm not super good at the game yet. I might have a couple abilities, but I rarely end up using them because I don't know what all of them do quite yet. This game is definitely not a game that you can sit down and play for hours on end every single day if you're not a huge Star Wars fan. You really do have to be a Star Wars fan to get merit out of this game, because overall, while the multiplayer is fun and the maps look great, you really have to know what you're doing and why you're doing it in order to get anything out of it. Now that I've played a little bit of Galactic Assault, I will now start some Starfighter Assault so you get a sense of the ship mechanics in this game. Now, as you see, I am a fighter for the Republic. I'll have the ARC 170, the V-Wing, and the Y-Wing right here, and then all the different hero ships that I can have. I can have Yoda's Starfighter, Rey and Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Poe, and Han Solo and Chewbacca. I will start off with this one right here, the ARC 170. Now, as you see, the lobby is a lot smaller than the other game mode because a lot less people like the ships. People asked for it, it was received, it looks nice, it plays nice, and I guess just people aren't playing it. I can control my speed with the left trigger, I can fly with the right trigger, and if I turn that left trigger, it actually rotates the entire map, which is really cool. That's like the one thing that really people would like in space combat. You feel like you are in full control, and it's really cool. Now, when you're versing enemies, you're versing real players like this guy right here in front of me, and you are versing NPCs, which are just other different ships that don't have a human pilot, but are just game controlled, and it makes it to where if you are in a dead lobby, there are still ships that you can go off and kill, destroy, and get points from. Like right there, I got a kill assist for eliminating it, and we're trying to attack these tractor beams, which would be better suited for a Y-Wing bomber. I don't have one quite yet. Oh, don't get shot. But as you see, this... Oh, missile, no. No! No! Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, get off of me. It's super hard to avoid missiles. Alright, that did it. Okay, I guess not. Alrighty, let's try a bomber. Let's see if we can place some of the objective. But as you see, the space, just the graphics as a whole for this game are just beautiful. But it really does, you can tell a difference in space combat. The flying is fun. The objectives are usually all different. You have to destroy different parts of like a main ship or stop the other team from doing it. And since you can play as any generation throughout Star Wars in these different battles, it does give you a variety of different ships that you can use in order to go off and beat this objective. Am I not? Oh shit, that wasn't even the right one. Whoopsie. Alright, now that we got the Y-Wing. Alright, let's try shooting some guys down here. Oh, that was easy. These are definitely NPCs right here. Alright, now that we turn, where are they? Alright, let's get this. Oh, we're defending that. Let's not shoot that. That right here is a real character. When you see the name above them, that means they're a real character. Let's do a missile. Alright, let's go attack this thing then. Let's try to avoid other fighters while we're at it. But the fact that it rotates the whole map, and there are plenty of different ships and that you can control and use, and plenty of different weapons, it really makes this game like super exciting to play. Alright, there we go. Now we're doing some damage. I know we can't take much more. I can't get this guy off of me. Okay, well, that was that. As you see, I haven't been doing very well today. Alright, let's try out the V-Wing. Let's give you guys some more... Oh, a lot of people have been using the V-Wing, so this thing must be pretty decent. Oh man, these guys know how to play. These guys know exactly what they're doing. Oh, holy shit. Alright. Let's follow the tracker. It does give you a little tracker when you're on multiplayer. See that triangle, the orange and white? That shows the guy that I have been shooting at, or that have been shooting at me. Oh man, this guy is flying circles around me. Quit, you're making me sick. Uh-oh, uh-oh, he's got a lock on me now. Let's do some damage and get out of here. This actually does quite a bit of damage to the objective, so you don't have to play as a bomber in order to hurt the objective. You just got to make sure you don't do that. Perfect timing. Okay, don't do that. You just have to make sure you're landing your shots and you're avoiding the enemies. Alright, let's go back to some fighters here. Obviously, these ships are going to be weaker compared to all the other human players because I don't have any cards for them, because I haven't been opening any of those supply drops. So my ship overall is at a weaker point than theirs are. Look at that, I'm coming up with so many different excuses right now. He is doing circles like around me. I can't even find him. Let's go down a little bit. Oh shoot, bad idea, bad idea. Whoa. Alright, I dodged the missile. Trying to find this guy. He's doing circles around me. He's a good pilot. He knows what he's doing. Oh shoot, I have to return to the objective. I don't know where I'm going. No! Oh my gosh. Alright, we're trying that again. So, as you can see, if you know what you're doing and you have a little time to play around, you can see that it is definitely a playable game. The people that are telling you the game isn't playable are wrong. That might have been the case when it was just a huge pay-to-win system, but since EA fixed that, at least for right now, they kind of left it open-ended when they went off and tweeted about the whole problem that people were having. But as of right now, the pay-to-win system is indeed gone, and that should help with the playability factor going forward. If they do indeed put it back into the game, though, it will cause a bigger problem because it just makes the game unplayable at that point. No one wants to go off and spend money after they already went off and spent $60 on the game to begin with. Oh, shoot, I almost died. Oh, I'm gonna die anyway. Alrighty. Get off of me, missile. Yeah, that's right. That's the one problem I see with, like, the spinning controls. When you go like this, you just have no idea where you are when you end up stopping that spinning. Oh, hold on. There we go. Got him. There we go. 2-player kill streak. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. Let's go after this guy, too. There we go. Now we're getting the hang of it. See, now I'm good. I just had to get used to it first. Uh-oh, don't lock onto me. Don't lock. Darn. But as you see, since I'm using the basic ships and I don't have any of the cards attached, I'm actually doing pretty well compared to the people that do have cards in play. So it is indeed possible, once again, to go off and play without going off and spending any money or trying to go off and invest in those different cards. You don't need them to play well. It just makes it a little easier. Let's go up here and help out this guy. There we go. Black Ops Master 23. Alrighty, I'd recommend going back to Black Ops after that. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. No, 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 no. Alrighty. Oh, man, I couldn't escape that one. See, but we earned over 1,000 right there. Oh, heroes available. Let's go. Let's do bow. Yeah. I've never actually played as this ship before, so I'm actually kind of excited to see what it's got. Let's see what abilities we have. Oh, I gotta say, it looks cool, though. Destroy the core. Alright, let's go down to the core, then. That is where we're going. Oh, this ain't too bad. It actually does quite a bit of damage here. And you get 2 missiles when you fire it? Alright, you can't ask for much more than that. Let's try not flying into the walls. Oh, wow, he dodged them. Whoa, what the hell was that? There we go. Alright, I eliminated that hero ship. But yeah, the space combat is just as fun as when you're on the ground firing your blasters at enemies. The game itself is actually really fun to play. You're just kind of on edge hoping that EA doesn't fuck it up again. Now, Does this mean you should go out and get this game? I'd recommend only going out and getting this game if you are a big Star Wars fan. If you're just a small Star Wars fan or don't even like Star Wars, you just wanted a new game to play, I'd recommend you go off and pass on this because it's just an open-ended question of whether or not EA is going to bring back this pay-to-win system, and a lot of the game modes are just dead lobbies because nobody plays specific game modes. So if you're not doing Starfighter Assault or Galactic Assault, you're not going to find any multiplayer games. If you're interested in the campaign at all, I do have a campaign review on my channel. I will put a card onto it right here. Go check it out if you're interested. This is Vapes to Gaming coming at you with my Star Wars Battlefront 2 multiplayer review. I'll see you next time.